Hey everyone, I'm Mike Trubetsko from EOL Studios, and I'm also a member of Mix Review Crew, and today I wanted to talk about the guitar sound, and how to actively seek the sound that defines your own unique playing style, instead of just following the gear suggestions from your favorite artists. Guitar sound is rightfully the main differentiating factor in the metal productions, and in fact, heavy music has been actively discovered once the distorted guitar sound was implemented. So this certainly means something. The variety of guitar sounds appearing over the past decades enabled metal to grow into a million of sub-branches and sub-genre. Stoner metal has that swampy, viscose guitar sound. Black metal is defined by the frost of the guitars. Nu metal has huge, fat top and bottom guitar end. And classical or thrash metal is determined by sharp, in-your-face, rich guitars. In order to enable guitarists to manipulate and transform their guitars into different dimensions, hundreds of guitar amps exist and all sound absolutely unique, and I'm not even mentioning the pedal boards here. And to me, it really appears that the guitars and the guitar sound has the widest palette of sonic coloration to choose from as compared to any other instrument. And look, I'm not saying that drums or bass or vocals all sound identically the same or do not vary. All I'm saying is guitarists or guitar players are spoiled with choice. And once you're spoiled with choice, it is very hard to navigate it. So in this video, I really wanted to discuss and dive deep into how to determine if the character of the guitar amp really fits your playing style, your music, and your band's sound. So to me as a producer, the individual sound of the guitar or guitar amp only matters as much as the context. By the context, I mean the unique material you're playing, your parts, the picking technique, the dynamics, as well as the sound of the band itself. How do the drums and bass and vocals sound and surround the guitars? You know, it's a common issue when the guitars do not cut through in a live mix scenario, and this is sometimes due to the case of guitar amplifier not being appropriately selected or missing the right character for that band. So, in order to dive deep into this issue and explain how I choose the guitar sounds for my productions, I went back to the song we've recorded a few years ago, where I played guitars, tracked guitars, and then mixed it. And I used XFX 2 in order to illustrate 5 different models of guitar amplifiers and to explain why I have selected the particular one over the others into this song. Alright, here's the project, and I'll just play a little bit for you to get a gesture of the material. So you get the idea. This is something in the vein of mid-2000s, low-tuned guitars, female-fronted fantasy thematics like metal. So let's get and listen to some of these guitar tracks and guitar amp profiles I've been applying. And let's start off with something a bit unusual, which is Fried, also known as formerly VHT. And this amp is very sharp, very dynamic, and its character is often described as square. Next on the list is 5150, probably all-time favorite of yours. Very popular amp in metal. 5150 is distinctive with full high-end grain and is very rich in mid-range. In this example, 5150 sounded not very dynamically. Next one is orange, and orange is a very fuzzy and swampy amp, also pretty forward in mid-range and is moderately dynamic. Second last is angle, and this particular angle is angle Savage. This is a sharp and present amp, and its character is defined by not too prominent low end. The amp is rather dynamic as well. Finally, we have Mesa dual rectifier in our list, and Mesa is pretty obviously massive and crispy, has large bottom end, is moderately dynamic. The high end is pretty round. So these are the amps we're using for this shootout. And what I suggest doing now is we listen to the mix elements and try to characterize them separately, and then we try to determine which character of the guitar amp would fit best into the current landscape and current surroundings, and we'll make our judgments based on that. The main thing that I would say here is that drums are very upfront and punchy, and they have a rather major low end, whereas the bass is pretty thin, and so are the synths, and vocals are very present. Therefore, the aim for the guitar tone would be to complement the low end, so bass-heavy guitar amplifiers would actually suit this production well as the goal of the guitar amp would be to not interfere with the upfront character of vocals, synthesizers, bass, and actually drums as well. So let's listen to each of these amp sequentially and decide which one we like the best. So as you can see, by browsing the context of this recording and the context of the material played, we've rightfully chosen Mesa dual rectifier to serve the purpose of the song, and that is complement the bottom end, be fat and rich on the low end, have some round and nice high end, and not being too sharp in order to not fight with the other elements of the mix. So guys and girls, thank you for watching. Hope you find this video useful, and if you have any suggestions or if you liked any other guitar amplifier that I've demonstrated, please let me know. And at the end of the day, all that matters is taste, and all that defines the guitar sound that you are using is taste. But these are the objective guidelines that could really help to define your sonic taste better. Till next time.